Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you're watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. Today we will be taking a look at the Crow Tarot created by MJ Cullinane. So this was published by US Games, and I'll check later when this was released. But this used to be an indie deck and turned mass market, which is great because now it's a lot more accessible to more people. And it was copyright 2019. So this is the guidebook of the Crow Tarot. Flip through the veil. So there's no table of contents. So you have an introduction here. And then you already go into the meanings of the major arcana. So you have keywords, the element, and then the meaning of the card. So roughly a page for each. Then you go into the suits. And yeah, I guess it's all meanings. And you have some spreads. Crow Tarot spread. And information about MJ Cullinane. Okay, so that is the guidebook. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. They are not completely glossy, but yeah, there's a little bit of a sheen. These are the backs. They seem like they're reversible. The card stock is, I think it's the right amount of thickness. It feels sturdy. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. It snaps back well. It does feel a little bit slippery when I'm handling it, but I think it will shuffle great. Okay, so let's zoom in. Oops, see the slippiness of these cards. Yeah, but let's zoom in and take a look at the cards one by one. Oh, before we start with the flip through, I also want to note that it is a little bit bigger than a standard tarot card. So here it is next to the, maybe this is easier, to the Centennial Rider-Waite-Smith. So a little bit taller and wider. Okay, so let's start with the flip through, starting with the Fool. So there are borders, but I don't know, I like it. It's like it's part of the art. Clear text at the bottom. They are numbered except for the Fool. And of course, they are mostly crows. Feel free to slow down, speed up, or pause if you want to take a closer look at the cards. Oh, I like the Strength card. Let me move the cards a bit so they don't reflect the light. So I bought this Crow Tarot because I was drawn to the Urban Crow Oracle by MJ Cullinane, and of course I wanted a matching tarot. Of course you don't need to, but it was a want, and I was so drawn to the art on the Urban Crow Oracle that I also wanted to get the Crow Tarot so that I can pair it with that particular deck. That was really the sole reason that I got this deck. But now looking at it, aside from it pairing really well with the Urban Crow Oracle, I do feel like, okay, so there's two lions and there's a difference in the crown. Anyway, I do feel like this deck, and I've said this with the Urban Crow Oracle as well, is that I think this deck would be a good deck to train on how to read intuitively. I say that coming from the perspective of someone who is still learning and still very much a tarot beginner, a tarot student, and I usually read with the guidebook. But reading intuitively is something that I want to develop and start working on, and for some reason this deck just feels like easier to read intuitively. And I don't know why. I can't explain it. And you would think that, some decks with people in it would be easier to read intuitively, but I don't know. So the cards came in this order. I don't really know what kind of order it's in. But yeah, I usually do flip throughs, especially for newer decks in my collection. So when I started collecting, I didn't have this process of doing flip throughs just to bond or to get to know the deck a bit more. But now whenever there's a new deck that comes into my collection, I usually do a flip through first before I start using and getting to know the deck. Which is also why I don't really have a lot of information to say about the cards yet, because I am still trying to get to know the deck. If you are looking for a walkthrough or a deep dive of the decks, there are other YouTube creators who do that, but my channel tends to focus more on just giving you the basic information about the deck if you're considering on buying it. So I usually show all of the cards, the size of the cards, the card stock. I talk about the card stock, and I shuffle and read from the guidebook for the so that is usually the flow of my videos. And I hope that it's helpful for those who are just looking, or just want to see what the cards look like. I also have chapters so that it's easier for you to get into the section that you need to get to. So they are a bit busy, the cards, but I think that's why the border kind of helps. So there is a different border on the major arcana, but yeah, it helps contain the image and it doesn't distract. It's not intrusive, so I like it. I like the use of the border, even though I do usually prefer borderless cards. And these. Okay, so I zoomed out so we can see how this shuffles. So it is a little bit bigger than a standard tarot size, but yeah, I think I can shuffle it. Yeah, okay. So I think no issues with riffle shuffling. Maybe let's do that one more time. And side shuffling. So it is a little bit slippery when you do side shuffling, so please bear that in mind. I don't mind it. I mean, I prefer it being a little bit more slippery than it sticking to each other, because I do tend to work with jumpers, and if I can't get a jumper, it's a lot more frustrating. And you think I'd get a jumper by now. Okay, so let me just fix that and shuffle one more time. Okay, let's get a card to read. So let's just read for the top card, which is Justice. Okay, so for Justice, you have the keywords fairness, balance, and law, and the element of air. The crow flies upwards with wings open. He has nothing to conceal. His honesty has earned him the respect of his peers, as they know he will take a balanced and fair approach to every situation. This crow of justice brings the message to take the time to see a problem or difficult challenge from all sides before making any decision. It is also time to consider all consequences. If justice is reversed, it may indicate that there is a person who hasn't been completely honest. If you look deep inside, that person may even be yourself. It may be a good time to examine your personal truths. So that is how this guidebook that comes with the deck reads. I do know there is a bigger or a separate book that you can get or purchase separately from Amazon. I'm not sure if I will get it yet. But I have to work with the deck a lot more, and since I do have a number of decks, it does take a while for me to rotate or to get this into rotation. It's something that I will definitely work with in 2023. But so far it's not, aside from pairing it with the Urban Crow Oracle, which I absolutely love and I'm excited to work with, I'm not sure, or I'm not that drawn to using this deck yet. Although it does feel like it's a very, it looks like it's a deck that I can learn with. I'm not sure. Yeah. So anyway, this is a mass market deck. It is readily available if you are drawn to the art and or how the guidebook reads and all that. But yeah, this has been the flip through of the Crow Tarot by MJ Cullinane. If you like this video, don't forget to click on the like button and please consider subscribing to my channel. I post videos at least once a week. I'll see you again next time. Bye!